So I'm in Margate and I'm going to go to a Carl Friedman gallery to a new opening. Let's have a look together. The Carl Friedman Gallery in Margate, which I adore. This is proposed by Laura Fruits, and walking into the actual piece straight away, this was one of the pieces that I adored. I actually went back to look at this at the end, and then I just started to have a little bit more look at the actual artwork itself. The thing what I loved about Laura Fruits' work personally was you can look at something, look again and see something again. There's layered imagery, there's ghosts of former selves, there's ghosts of other people in the room. It actually gives an energy of what was once in the room and the memories being there before. The pieces are beautifully done and make you think, for example, with the stitching that had happened on the tummy there with the hands going out and the feel and the touch. It makes me think of actually having surgery. The bed here, why is this isolated? Why does it look like a hospital bed? To this one where the details exquisite with this couple talking or kissing in the background, why there is some kind of party going on inside clearly. Now I'm looking at this actual invite, as you can see here. Well, it's not the invite, but it's actually a little bit about the show, I thought, and then I opened it up and found out it was a Tracey Emin letter. So I'm going to read the letter to you inside, which I thought was beautiful, and I'm going to read it why you look at the paintings, which are all based on Laura facing chronic illness and being an artist and putting her memories into the work, which I feel is exquisite. And before I do read this letter, I just wanted to point out stuff like the dog and the reflection of the painting here in the barbecue, and there is these kind of loads of activities going on, so busy Sunday kind of vibe, barbecue, and then even someone like this piece here in the pool, it looked like to me like it was Lindsay Mendick, and it makes me think of her Margate Friends and the fun of life, and that's probably Teddy the dog. Maybe I've got it wrong, but that's what I actually felt. But let me read this letter to you. Dear Laura, I start this letter by saying welcome out of the darkness. I chose you for this show because I admire you, your fight and resistance, but most of all your insane love of art, that intensity of how you work, smashing into a world, stepping with paint from one dimension to another. You live in a twilight world, creating worlds within worlds. Ghosts like apparitions come and go. You appear and reappear, becoming a shadow ghost yourself. You see things others don't. All your waking life you have been behind a value, but now your art has pulled you art into the light. You expose yourself without shame. You are a force of strength. There is so much to learn from you. Thank you, Laura, for being the true artist that you are. Love, Tracey. When I just read that, I felt so moved. That was on the letter I was just showing you, that was handed out in the gallery as a copy of it. Looking into the actual paintings, going back to them, I'm also just so impressed by the exquisite detail. It's like a painting within a painting when you think of it, because it could be a photo of somebody in the bed, but this surrealist movement of hands coming out. Every single window detail has views, it has backgrounds, like these flats where it's almost like every single apartment has its own story going on, which I'm just about to show you here. This was exquisitely painted with so much detail, and the brush strokes were beautiful. I got to hear Laura describing it in the background to somebody else, but because it was a private conversation, I didn't really want to record on that one. But this is why the camera angles are so shaky, because I was just impressed by her talking about her work ethic, and she is an incredible artist, and I'd say one to watch. And look at how she takes these flats into almost like portals, where you look into each room of what's going on, why the life is going on outside. Again, with the home and the heart and the mind and the body. And again, the micro detail from what's going on in the background again, so it's like peeking into houses when you walk past somewhere and you can just see some kind of movement happening or some life. Personally, I love this one, as you all guys would know from following my videos and my own artwork. I'm a sucker for anything to do with the moon, and this with the actual energy being in the belly and the tummy, I just adored. The doll's house that we're about to come upon, I really liked as well. Just this idea of this sitting there playing and being, it was a moment of sadness and thought and contemplation all at the same time. And then we're going to end back on my favourite one, which actually I started with, and I was very fascinated with the energy in the tummy area again, and the mirrors and the reflections. Thank you for watching.